Hi, welcome to the Lee College Library. Today I'm going to show you how to navigate the library's electronic resources. We'll start by going, if you go to the Lee homepage at www.lee.edu, you can reach the library's website by going to College Operations and Library. Here's a brief overview of our homepage. We have tools for research over here, library catalog, the search box, LibGuides, and the A to Z Publication Finder. The A to Z Publication Finder is a way to find journals that may not be listed in the databases. Our databases subscribe to hundreds and hundreds of journals, and the databases, while they reference these journals, may not show you which journal the information comes from. If you want to, you can go to the A to Z Publication Finder to find specific journals on a variety of information. For example, if you want to look at the Dance Chronicle Journal, you could search within this publication from here. So let's go back to the library's homepage. We have a collection of Baytown oral histories, which are mostly oral histories from World War II veterans that live in Baytown. It's an interesting collection of materials. We have services that we offer for students and faculty. Student services are some of the things you may have already gone over, such as interlibrary loan and how to find books and course reserves. We have further information about our library over here. You can contact us in a variety of methods, the Contact Us link. Also, usually on every homepage, you'll see a click here to chat with us. This will bring up a window that has a librarian on staff that's ready to chat with you and help you out, assuming it's in the library's open hours. Our hours are listed here, and along with staff information, location information here. Now, here's kind of the main word box that you'll be using, and we'll go over that in just a moment. I just wanted to touch on the rest of it. Usually we have a collection of slides down here giving you current information about the library and recent developments. The slides will also list the hours for the current semester that you're in and any other new information. Up here we have other links, like right now we have a free library survey going on about the Baytown Oral Histories collection. Now let's get back to the search box. Much of the information that you're going to be searching for can be found in one of three methods: through OneSearch, the library catalog, or databases. The library catalog is information that the library has. Think physical information, books, in print, journals. So let's say we're doing a research paper on dinosaurs. I think that's how you spell it. And that is not, and that's why I love autocorrect. So this gives us some information about the Lee College holdings that we might have. Now let's say you wanted to find something that was actually in print. A good way is to limit this field by using what's called limiter. So we do limit by print book. So I want to see the print books that we own that have the topic dinosaur. So here's information that we have that you could actually use to find a physical resource about dinosaurs. So here's a dinosaur book. If you look here, you want to look under copies available and call number. The call number specifies the location where the book can be found. We use the Library of Congress cataloging system, which is what most American universities use to organize their information. Now this QE861.4 number and continued represents a physical location library that a librarian can help you with. You can learn the Library of Congress system yourself. It's not that hard to learn. It's A through B, then goes down to a numerical hierarchy. Anyways, if you just bring this information to a librarian at the reference desk, we'll be glad to show you where this physical item is so you can check it out and take it home with you. You can check out up to 7 items on any single topic. So a good idea is to check out as many books as you can on your topic, then go home and do the research and get into articles later. Books are a good way to start finding general information. So that's our library catalog. Databases are specific databases where you can find journals and articles information. Lee College subscribes to over 150 different databases in a variety of disciplines. We have everything from engineering, we have computer help, various nursing education and video. We have a variety of different topics to cover any subject that you're going to need to do research on while being a student at Lee College. A very good database to start out with, which covers most academic disciplines in general, is Academic Search Complete. I'm going to select it from this list, Academic Search Complete, and hit go. Okay, Academic Search Complete searches a variety of academic journals in various disciplines. Let's say I was still researching dinosaurs over here, and thank God it spells it for me. So let's hit dinosaurs. Now, one thing I think you might want to do when you're looking and researching articles is click full text. Try to get in the habit of always clicking that. Otherwise, articles that are brought back to you may not be full articles. They may be what's called abstracts, which are just kind of highlights and information about the article without having the actual article themselves. So if you click full text, you're always safe. So the dinosaurs, let's do a search and see what we get. So we have a variety of articles, about 10,000 that are brought up relating to dinosaurs. So the true color, twilight of the dinosaurs, novels, and this is still very vague. So because I have a very vague topic. Now to get the article, you either click on the HTML full text, which should take you to an HTML, which is the web page format of the article mentioned. Or you can click on the PDF full text. The PDF full text will take you to an Adobe Acrobat file of the article that you're interested in. So here's your information about dinosaurs. Now, EBSCO hosts, we have many different databases from EBSCO. They usually have a variety of interesting tools that are the same on each article. You could save an article to Google Drive over here. You can print it out. You can email it to yourself. You can add it to a folder that you create, and you can create a citation for it. The citation is very useful when you're doing your paper. You look up the format that you're using. Most of the time, that'll be MLA. However, sometimes in some disciplines use APA, such as the nursing school. We'll probably use that more often. So here's a perfect works cited for you to use in your bibliography. So let's go back. So we touched upon Academic Search Complete, which is a very general database. Another good general database to use is Opposing Viewpoints. Opposing Viewpoints is very good for finding different viewpoints, opposing viewpoints, just like it says, based on a variety of popular topics. Usually something topical is up here. And then we find other opposing viewpoints articles down here. So here's like e-cigarettes and vapor products. Now remember, you can always type in your own thing up here to look for something. But here's e-cigarettes and vapor products. It's going to show you pros and cons for it, give you a variety of information. Here are viewpoints, many different ones, some audio, featured viewpoints, stats on it, and stuff in the news right now about it. So if you can find a topic referenced here, there's going to be a variety of information to use in your paper. This really puts together a lot of relevant information on a controversial topic for you to look at the same time. So it's very handy when you're doing something that's in the news right now. So that's our Opposing Viewpoints database. Okay, we'll go back to the databases one. We have LexisNexis Academic, which is another good, wide, varied database to use. And we have literature ones here. We also have a couple of video databases too. We have Films on Demand and I'm looking for the other one and can't find it. I'm sure we have it here somewhere. We'll go back to Films on Demand. So Films on Demand is videos based on academic disciplines. So if you're studying history or something like that, there's likely going to be something relevant for you to find in this Films on Demand, the academic collection. So you could also search by topic if you know what topic or discipline you're using, and it'll come up with a list of databases there. Let's say you were doing something in literature. It'll take you to a LibGuide based on that. So what the LibGuides are created by librarians covering a variety of disciplines, of classes, and of topics. So sometimes we have specific class-created LibGuides. Sometimes you might have a teacher who has created a LibGuide to use. So Miller has for his 1301 class. So in here you'll find things, useful information and resources related directly to his class. So databases related to the class, some list of stuff in the library catalog, specific journals and websites. All these things are directly related and compiled by a librarian, in this case Lakeisha Branch, to help with the class. So even if your professor doesn't have a class on here, finding a LibGuide over here by your subject for your class is really going to help you if you're not sure where to get started. So let's do English and Humanities. Maybe you're taking another English class, the teacher doesn't have one. It'll get you started on information about English and Humanities. It'll give you some operators and how to search. It'll give you some how to do biographies, peer-reviewed articles, and click on some of these other tabs to find out more information about specific things that you might be looking for in your class. So here are books related to it. We have media, we have websites, we have other information. So this is a great way to get a grip or kind of start to understand what's going on in your class. So LibGuides are in a variety of topics. One thing I want to go over too is EasyBib. EasyBib is a great way for you to get started with your citations. Citations can be difficult and can be a little confusing. EasyBib is easy. You can go to www.easybib.com. Remember, I got there from going to the LibGuides and selecting EasyBib, which gives you some information on EasyBib. You can create an EasyBib account, and that's how you store your information. So if you go to EasyBib, what it does is you can get started by typing what kind of citation you need. Maybe you need an MLA7, probably the most common one, and you can, is it a website, book, film, whatever it is, you can get started creating a perfect citation here. So let's say, I don't know, okay, let's say I got it from Google or news.google.com. So, and I don't know how to cite this. I click cited, and it's going to ask me, it's going to try to ask me some more information. So let's say it's Google News that I'm using. It's found for me the website. Click to the final step. Now it wants more information. It wants to know the article, any contributors, if you can find them, an author, first, middle, last name, the title, the publisher, and it's going to want to know when it was published. If you can't find that, it's okay to leave some of this information blank. It does want to know the date access, which will default to the date you're doing this, which is when you actually access the article. So we'll put dinos. I'm going to leave everything else blank and create the citation. So here's a good citation for the article online that I just made up, but if it was real, this is what we'd use to cite it. It does books, it does databases, it does everything that you're going to need to be able to cite. If you create an account with EasyBib, you can keep your citations in a folder and even export a bib page where you can have all your resources in alphabetical order ready for your papers. So EasyBib is a great resource to getting started with citations and keeping track of them. So we've touched on databases and library catalog and LibGuides. Course reserves are typically used if your teacher has course reserves electronically. So sometimes teachers will have information that they want you to access, and they'll tell you to go to course reserves. You can type in the teacher's name or the class here to find that information. And remember, with any of this stuff, when in doubt, you can either chat with us, come visit us at the bottom level of the ATC, or give us a call. And here are different ways to contact us over here again. Now, OneSearch is kind of a combination of the library catalog and databases. It won't search specific databases for you. So databases, by going to the databases tab, you can determine exactly which database you want to search. What OneSearch does is it kind of takes an aggregate, a combination of maybe the most popular, let's say 20 databases or so. It's really a little more in depth than that, but let's say the most popular 20 databases. It puts them in this OneSearch, combines it with the library catalog. This is a great way to get started looking for information. I kind of think of this as kind of a shotgun approach. You just put everything in the barrel and shoot it and see what comes back. And I still think I'm misspelling this, so let's hope it corrects us. Ooh, I got it right. Okay, so here's a lot more than we found when we were in Academic Search Complete. There's over 100,000 different kinds of information here. So you have some video recordings here. Maybe you want to take a look at that. We have things in the library, recommended research guides, usually LibGuides that we've created, and full texts, like we've seen before. A great place to get started when you're still trying to get a handle on the information that you want to do. It may not be that great when you start searching a little more in depth, but it's still a very good place to get started with and give you a lot of information to find. and that's one search. So we've gone over the basics of searching at on the library's webpage. And remember, this search box here is kind of your meat and gravy when you're doing research. If you're accessing this on campus, it goes straight to this box and takes you seamlessly to the journal information, the databases, and so forth that you're looking for. If you're doing this from home, which you're quite able to do, it'll ask you for a login with your MyLC password and username and password. So you'll log in that way. So once again, start from Lee EDU, find us under College Operations or Community. Get to the web page that way. Either start with one search of the databases, the library catalog if you're right here, and that's how you start finding information about your topic. If at any point you need help in this, feel free to give us a call or contact us at the library. Thank you.